Yo, I see half a Bomberman Generation screen.
Half a Bomberman Generation screen.
More like 20%.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of the simulator right now. Gamecube, rolling in.
Rolling hard. Alright, dude, you gonna beat Generation faster than you beat Tournament just then?
Was that a 150 something? 157? Yeah, I'm gonna cut the Gamecube casually here. No big deal.
Oh, we'll see it. Honestly, I mean, it's pretty easy to not lose time in this game as long as you don't die.
Well, the RNG, like,
yeah,
the RNG though can be pretty bad with World 4 boss and some other things, but let's see.
You gonna play with a memory card?
I have to take it out.
Alright, we'll see how that goes.
Oh, we don't need no saves. So this game actually has a 2-minute intro, so I might as well get it started here pretty soon. It's like a 2.5-minute intro, so we got time to go ahead and start it. So you got that cropped up, Joe? Or should I wait?
Almost. What system was this again? I forgot to bring all the systems.
It's Gamecube. Well, yeah, this is the Rollin Deep Marathon, so Kirky doesn't have to worry about saying anything radical here.
Yep, anything to lose.
Am I in the wrong spot?
I mean,
I thought this was JRTA, dude.
Yeah. Whenever you're, give me the heads up, because there's, like I said, there's a 2.5-minute intro, and I'll just chill.
Alright, I'm good now, whenever.
Okay, so this game starts, I select no memory card here in a second. Right here, so we're going to count down. 3, 2, 1, Smurf! So this is Bomberman Generation, and this game's been getting a little bit of love lately, but kind of abandoned it for a good month now. So we have the originator, Gamecube. I believe Psychedelics was speedrunning this game before he came to the game, and they kind of back and forth discovered strats. Like, he could probably go on, but a lot of the game, like, it's just you kind of do your own thing. Like, all three of us have different methods and certain, like, different strats and different stuff that we do. Just, you know, for custom, like, it's not set in stone. Like, okay, you need to do it in this certain way. Like, there's little, like, setups that you can make for yourself and stuff. So.
I will say, Sayo found all the cool stuff. My biggest contribution is probably the early game routing, like the first 37 minutes of your split, or the, you know, all the way through getting Tommy, basically.
Okay, so up to the octopus.
Yeah, I mean, basically the first 3 worlds in this game, you can choose levels in any order, sort of. Like, you can do World 1 or World 3 before World 1. You have to do the levels within the world in an order. So you can hop around between 1, 2, and 3. And you want to, like, get your stats up, get your chair bomb powered up, and then the whole beginning of the run is basically routed to get Pommy as fast as possible.
Yeah, Pommy allows you to get remote controlled bomb, or the detonator, as some people call it. A lot of people have different terms, I guess, but it gives you the detonator, and you can blow your bombs up at will, and that speeds things up drastically, especially for the boss fights, since you can blow them up, like, right in their face instead of, like, having to time the bombs to hit the bosses. Like, the elephant would be pretty terrible fight if you didn't have Pommy, so, for example. But we start by going to World 1 and picking up a lot of the items there, so we just go normally to level 1, World 1, like you would in any casual playthrough, but then we skip to World 3, and then to World 2, and then, you know, back and forth a bit. But The run has started. So I'm actually playing on a black and white TV though, but it works just fine. It rolls pretty clean. So
this game would be an amazing speed game if it didn't have so many cutscenes. Instead, it gets like a 6.5 out of 10. If you take out the cutscenes, it'd be like an 8, honestly. And the run would be like 30 minutes shorter.
A lot of it's Professor Ein telling you really dumb stuff that's like common sense, like like place a bomb on the thing to hit it, or like like it's just the dumbest stuff that he says. That's pretty much worthless. Like jump into the portal, crossed over the bridge. I forgot. A little bit of this has been sloppy, but I'm gonna pick it up here. Step it up. And there is like a little damage boost on this Higgy Bandit here coming up, and it basically allows you to walk through your bomb radius. Like it, I don't always get it, so this is weird, and I just screwed that bomb pickup.
So 1-1 is good for 2 reasons. One, you get the speed stat. You want to get that speed stat up to 6 as fast as you can, and then just keep it for the rest of the run. And then 2, you get Andlar, the cherub bomb. This game has a cherub bomb system very, very similar to Bomberman Tournament.
The previous game, that was such a good display.
Yeah, so I mean, if you like that run, boy, do we have Pokemon for you.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, this is kind of like a Mudkip looking like thing. I don't know what you would... a Magikarp. But, and another thing is, if I were to game over at any point, I would actually lose all my power-ups. So, hopefully it doesn't happen. It rarely happens to me, but it can happen. Since I'm only going to be getting 1 more heart container, so I'll only have 4 hearts for the whole run. And I mean, after every level, though, you do get a heart refill, which really helps. And there's another kind of strat here where you can throw the bomb across the bridge before the log shows up. I do that in RTAs, but I'm not going to do it in this marathon, because if I miss that log cycle, it's super slow. So I'm just going to casually go over and grab that speed up. Then we do our first bomb merge minigame here. This one is super easy, and then they get harder and more, like, some can kill your run later in the game. This one you just jump off the leaf and land on the log. Pretty simple. But yeah, one of my things that I'm usually really good at is the bomb jump strat in 1-4. I think that's the level, 1-4, 1-5, 1-4. And that's an interesting strat. I'm pretty sure Psychedelic found that. I'm not. You gotta. Kirky's gotta verify.
I don't remember. That might have been one of those where he was like, "This is impossible," and I was like, "No, just do it like
no,
this."
No, it's not. I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he was not liking the 3-2 skip for a while, but then like I found the way where if you just kick the bomb at the guy, he just doesn't move, and it made it a lot more consistent. So we'll see that later.
Yeah, because recently I started kind of looking into the other categories, all lightning cards and 100%, and there's some really interesting strats that we were kind of going over that might be possible to collect some of the lightning cards to skip like getting the light bombs on one level, so you don't have to revisit, because a lot of that all lightning cards and 100% is revisiting a lot of levels, so if you can minimize that as much as possible, it would be ideal. So here I'm skipping over to World 3, and I'm going to grab the other 2 speed ups here. This has a boss at the end that's, usually I get 2 cycles, but sometimes it's just troll, so we'll see how that goes.
The cycles in this level are pretty brutal.
Yeah, and I'm playing it safe.
Yeah, there you go.
In the walk-up on screen. Yeah. So when they're turned away, usually if you drop bombs next, they're gonna turn the other way is how I usually do it. Psychedelic does this better. He even did it better than my world record at the moment. He had a better strategy here. I just did the more consistent strat because I get really frustrated when I lose runs to that, which does happen. Like if I were to miss that cycle, like if I were to miss that cycle like I did there, I probably would have reset if I was doing RTAs. And here we have a Caravan battle here.
I don't even think it's possible to use this one.
You're a water type. It's like Pokemon. You're a water type and he's a fire type. Your specials do a lot of damage. On rare occasions, I think you can one-shot or get really close to one-shotting, but you have to get like all special dropped or something. Either that or I just was like started a file where I was already over leveled. But big up Stake. Rollin.
The math in these battles is really simple. It's literally like you're water, he's fire, therefore you're super effective, and you do like special ×2 damage or something like that. And then when you attack, it's like you hit for your attack minus his defense or something.
Yeah.
It's all really basic math.
And that is going to come into play because we need to get Pommy, and I need to have Pterodon at that point, so I need to have Angler high enough level to get Pterodon. I'm sloppy. It's okay, we're still on the sub-crew Q pace, even with the 2 Caravan feeding spawns right there.
It's probably a true statement.
So
Best part of this game.
Throw there that I think I got.
Yeah. Best part of this game is definitely like you fight Pterodon and you have like a 57% chance of winning or something. And then you go into all these terrible boss fights where like the boss can just do this one attack and waste like 40 seconds.
Yeah, he's talking about the first main boss that we're gonna. There's like sub bosses in main. Every 3 levels. There's either a mini boss or a main boss. There's like Bomber Elite that is the mini bosses, and then there's like monsters at the end. So the first one's gonna be an octopus, and it just so happens to be the worst fight in the game next to the robot, which is pretty terrible too.
I would argue that the octopus is like the worst fight in any game. Like,
in any game.
Find me a worse boss fight to speedrun in a video game.
It's super inconsistent because no matter where you drop the bomb, sometimes he's just not going to eat the bomb, and you need him to eat the bomb to do damage. So it's really troll. And we're going to get a 3-cycle camel here. That's what I'm talking about.
Disgusting.
If you run into the camel, like I don't think you take any damage. That's usually what I do here, and this is Rust is real. This is not to be spoken about. Usually I get sub 11 on desert, so I already know how this runs in. So now we're going to World 2. Here we pick up Kaiman, who's pretty much useless, but he actually does come into play here for some damage boosts in this level. And that avoids you having to take the bubble, ride the bubbles, as the professor wants you to do. Yeah.
So you can actually, so you can go to 1-1, 2-1, and 3-1 in any order. And the first one you go to, you get that cherry bomb for free. And then the other two you have to fight because you actually have a cherry bomb at that point. So we got Anlar for free, and then we have to fight Kaiman and Stegadon because we go there later. But they're free fights.
Yeah, the only, like, Pterodon's the only one that's really in the NA% route. There's some in the 100% route, cherry bomb fights that are a problem. Like, I think Pox at the, or no, it's one of the ones at the end, it might be Pox. So I'm deboosting here through these spikes. Grabbing, so another thing is the lightning card route here. I don't know if Kirky wants to handle that, but...
I got this, alright. So, if you play this game casually, you'll like get to the boss, and sometimes when you take damage, Max will come in, there'll be like a cutscene, Max will show up and he'll hit the boss for a full heart, which is a lot of damage. And like, for the longest time we were like, what triggers Max? Like, no, neither me nor Psychedelic could figure it out. And I guess some guy in my stream had the game manual, and he was reading it. Yeah, and the game manual says like, if you get lightning cards, like Max will help you out or something like that. And so it turns out that the trigger is a certain number of lightning cards in the world will get Max to help you with the boss fight. And in World 1 it's like 3 cards, in World 2 it's 5 cards, in World 3 I think it's 7. And I never check the rest because 7 is just obnoxious. But in World 2 it is worthwhile to get 5 lightning cards because it speeds up the 2-6 boss fight that much.
Yeah, I know it's like it's pretty much useless in the World 5 because the boss is so easy. All you do is spin around, just like you're gonna see the elephant fight. It's the same kind of thing. But it's only useful basically for this first fight because the octopus does this really dumb phase where he shoots out rockets, and that's yeah.
Yeah, his cycles are like 45 seconds or something. And then every once in a while he just won't shoot rockets, which is like, I don't know why he doesn't do it sometimes. But.
Yeah, it seems really random because I'm one of my good runs that he didn't do that, so that saved me like 40 seconds. Pretty sure, I think my PB did that. Actually, my PB I know had a bad fight there, but like the late game was so good I didn't even mind to like how bad that fight was, because it's like no matter how many octopus fights you sit, like you can practice that fight all you want, you're not really gonna improve it. It's just RNG in luck based. Like, does it want to screw you over this run? We'll see. We'll find out.
Well, that's why, like, I would say all of the resets in this game happen in the first half of the game. And if you lose more than 2 minutes in the second half of the game, you're terrible. But it's like, after World 3, you can be like plus or minus 3 minutes based on how your Pterodon fights and your boss fights went. So you might as well finish the run at that point if you're doing well.
Yeah, because my PB has second try Pterodon, and had that not happened, I mean, it would have been a really, really clean run, because the late game was just so good. So. But you can definitely beat my world record. Psychodelic's in the lab working on it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it could probably be beaten by like an average Twitch chat viewer.
Yeah,
like, pick up the game, you'll have the world record tomorrow.
Yeah, that's partially true. It really just takes patience in, because you have to have a 3-minute cutscene right at the beginning, and then the professor is going to stop you constantly throughout the game.
Yeah, it's actually hard to practice this game, because like if you want to practice the boss fights, every time you reset the stage, you have to sit through like a full like 45-second cutscene or something.
Yeah.
Just to get like one practice attempt in. Do it on emulator.
Yeah, but even then it's inaccurate if you're gonna switch over to console.
I actually don't know how accurate this game is.
I think it runs well on emulator. I haven't tested it, but I think this is one that actually does pretty well. Some games are not as good. Okay, so this is a psychedelic strat coming up here. I'm gonna switch over to Stegadon and do some bomb kicks. Basically, I think Kirk Hugh used to use Angler here. I think that was what he used to do, but it's just getting these enemies out of the way so they're not a problem. If they hit you, it just stops you, and I mean, you want to not lose health and be like, you want to have as much health as possible for the octopus fight, so it's kind of like any damage is not good, but you get refills after every level, so it's not usually a problem for me in health. It's just getting hit and losing time. So this boss, if I'm able to put the bomb in the right spot and he shoots it, which he didn't, it'll blow the bomb up and save you like a half a second or something like that. And that's about all there is to that. You just hit him with 3 big bombs. Beauty Bomber is a lovely fight that...
Get the 112, dude.
Yeah. We do have to pick up a couple lightning cards from this next fight. So right now I have 2, and I'm going to pick up another 2 after this fight. One of them you get by throwing a big bomb at the laser right away, and then the second one is just you beat her in what, like 5 minutes, like 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes to beat that one. You're never gonna mess up in this speedrun. But yeah, I actually I'm probably gonna try submitting this game possibly to an HDQ. I don't know if there's a lot of buzz about this game though. I mean,
you gotta generate that fake hype, dude.
I mean, Kirk Hugh got Quest 64 in, so I mean, there's hope.
And they regretted it ever since.
Yeah. Quest 64, what the hell is that game? The shittiest story.
Dude, that game's got a lot of new tech in the last like year and a half or so.
I actually really like the music in that game, and like, it's a pretty chill. Like, it's almost like built for a speedrun almost. Like, it's like,
honestly, for an RPG speedrun, it's pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's skips for all the shitty parts now, and you grind for like 5 minutes total.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So again, that's a game I would be interested in. I did speedrun for a little bit. It wasn't anything serious though, so like I didn't have splits for it, but I kind of messed around with it.
When you're hitting up that Bomberman hero, dude.
That needs to happen.
That's a true speed game.
I have like, I don't have my N64 with me, but I do have the game. So whenever I get all that hooked up, I'm definitely grinding that. The problem is I'll have to get a JP card, but I think it's really easy to get
JP card's like $8 or $10 or something.
It's not that, price isn't the problem. And then all you gotta do, I think, just if you take the back of an N64 English and swap it with the JP one, it'll work on.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just gonna do that with like some shitty sport game.
You need that like hex bit screwdriver though.
I have like 3 screwdrivers. I opened up my Wii and had to, because my disc reader wasn't working before I got the run that I did for this game. I had to switch out my disc reader. So I think I have a screwdriver that might work. Fuck, that was dumb. Let's get the damage boost. Okay, so this sled game, it's possible to fail. It's happened. Believe me. If you hit like 3 icicles, you're in some trouble.
Like if you're a scrub doing this, you just want to like not get going too fast. You want to like intentionally slow down when you start going too fast.
We didn't get the 420, but I suppose. Alright, Rollin deep. So after this, we actually switch back and go back to World 3, and at that point, anglers should be around level 18, 17, 18. And should be able to win the Bomb battle. And then we're going to pick up Pterodon, and then I'm going to pick up Tommy. And then the game speeds up pretty quickly from there. Like right now it's pretty slow because I have to wait for all the bomb explosions. I think it's like 3 to 5 seconds. Seems like, I don't know.
3 to 5 for what?
For bombs to explode without...
Oh. Yeah, it takes its time.
It's
And then like, dude, you walk into a cutscene and it like refreshes all the bomb timers. Yeah. It's the worst.
Oh. So I'm gonna grab some more Bomb feeds. Hopefully we'll have enough. This is pretty much what we're doing here, is getting Bomb feeds. What is going on? Yeah, I'm having second thoughts about this Gamecube cut, but it's still possible.
It all depends what you got coming out of World 3, dude. You could save like 5 minutes on the 2-6 fight.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, the thing is, I can play Bomberman Hero on VC, that's what I was doing. The problem is, VC emulates it so poorly that...
Does it have the issue loading between levels? I've never actually...
I'm not sure about that, it's really choppy, like, you can't even see the,
yeah, that'd get annoying.
stuff, and then, like, the intro screen is all, like, the colors and stuff is all screwed up. The main problem is, there's on, like, the air levels, it'll just, like, completely freeze, like, the game will still be playing, but, like, the game screen will just be, like, frozen, and then you have to, like, pause the game or, like, unpause to, like, fix it, so...
What the fuck, Nintendo?
Yeah, that VC, version, that's one of the worst VC, emulations I've seen, and it's... just so happens to be one of the best games like that I would want to play.
Alright, we got Anwar level 17.
Yeah, about that.
Gotta see what his stats are. Oh, we're getting extra stats.
No, I'm still level 17, so...
That's, well, 17 is good, but you want the attack and the special after that.
So I pick, what do I pick, Get Wild first, or Skillfully first?
I don't remember, man. I don't remember. In like 3 years.
Well, I think this is a good match. This is a good match. Skillfully. was good.
Yeah, I think what you said was right.
I need to get the attack here. Anything but raid guard. Well, some.
I think if Pterodon picks attack first, so if his attack on the second round is red, like raid guard or the other one,
you're screwed.
you just lose. So that's like 33% of the time. But then the others you can like optimize around and win most of the time.
Yeah, you can't have that attack because if he gets the first attack, and if you actually have better speed than him, which I definitely don't, it's confirmed. So it should work. So here, this is gonna work because he's gonna get hit by this. What?
Yeah, you can still lose this.
Well, that's not good.
1 HP.
We might be taking a little detour here to grab some backup feeds.
Yeah, I can't see what your stats are.
That was.
You're probably one short.
That was not good.
If you'd had one more attack or one more special there, you would have won.
Oh, great defense feed. Yeah, that's fine. Estimates at 150. It's a fire up. That attack probably did it though.
Yeah, if you got +1 attack, you probably would. The problem is some of the pots in the game drop random feeds, and in order to have a good shot against Pterodon, you need a good amount of attacks and specials over the course of the run.
Yeah, I noticed a couple of feeds despawned on me earlier in the first water level. Like, you don't want defense, so I don't like that. That's not going to help you. You don't want like you
Special defense.
Yeah, special defense doesn't, because he already doesn't do anything to you with the fire. But attack and specials, which we're looking for. I think speed can be good too if you get enough to where you outspeed him. That's good.
Oh wow, you killed him by 1 HP there. You must have been really short on stats.
Yeah. I needed that last feed. I think that pushed it over. So now I have Pterodon. That was unfortunate. That was like a 3-minute time loss or something like that.
Probably like a little over 1, honestly. I don't know, man. You're running out of spare time to cut the curve queue.
It's running pretty thin, man, but first private bomb jump everywhere. I forgot to switch here. So what happened there is if you have Stegodon equipped and you try to quick kick into that quicksand there, what's going to happen is it just goes right past it with Stegodon. Like you kick way too far. So I forgot to switch over to Pterodon, which I normally do.
Can't you stop Stegodon's bombs, or is that not true?
I don't know. I don't know.
You might be able to hit R and stop them. Either that or I'm nuts.
I've never tried it, so, and I'm not going to use Stegodon pretty much at any other
Or I guess,
point.
yeah, R is camera, so that's not it. I feel like there's some button, like maybe
B or Y, or Y that a button nobody ever uses.
or like, you know, C left.
Fuck.
I don't know.
Oh, that's not good. Well, we're gonna take another detour here. I definitely screwed up there. I could have potentially made that work.
Yeah, so he was trying to do the skip in this level. Basically, those purple guys, they jump on top of bombs, and when they explode, they will blow up things that normally won't explode, I guess. So like, normally the trigger is if the bomb is like physically inside the hut, it will explode. But if the enemy is on top of the bomb and he's next to the hut, and the enemy explodes and the radius gets inside the hut, it'll just blow up, which is like kind of weird programming. But.
Yeah, I did it with the other hut that didn't matter, but you'll see it later in the run as well, and also you'll see this casually done, which is a pretty rare occurrence because all you use is just reset the game if that happens. We're just rolling deep with the marathon now.
Showing the backup strats to the new viewers.
And so now I'm going to be picking up Pommy immediately on this level, and that's when shit gets real. So no more slow rolling at that point. I do want to try to have full health after this because I want to make sure I get the max manipulation when he is on his rocket phase. So let's see how that works.
So basically, we did all the levels to get Andlar up to level 17 in order to beat Pterodon in 3-2. And then from 3-2 you go to 2-5, where you fight Pommy and get your remote bombs.
Yeah, I mean,
Pterodon basically wipes this clown.
Yeah, so the reason why Angler's not a good choice is because Pommy's Thunder, and Pommy will pretty much one-shot you like with one Thunder most of the time, unless you have like a super souped up Angler like level 30 coming in or something for you. Angler.
Well, so the interesting thing is like both Andlar and Kaiman are water types, so like you might think that, well, why not level up Kaiman and get Kaiman at the beginning of the run? And the answer is because Andlar has really good special attack, and that's what beats the crap out of Pterodon is his special attack.
Yeah.
So Andlar starts with like 5 of that or something.
And also,
so,
I got a text box skip back there. Normally the professor will come up and cock block you, but if you throw the bomb from far enough distance, you won't trigger that text box.
But how do you know what to do if he doesn't tell you?
Throw a big bomb at the... Well, then I guess I played this game more than once, I don't know. And here, right before I, get the ice bomb, what I'm going to do is actually detonate a bomb and blast myself, so that way I don't have to wait for a cycle here on this icicle. And I'm going to have to wait a cycle. And I'm going to hit myself. So, like Psychedelic takes out those pink ones. I just let him go, but normally I know how to get around them, but there I was definitely sloughing on that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like spots in this game where just dumb little enemies can interfere with you, and it's like, do you want to take the chance or do you want to spend half a second to get the enemy out of your way? And they're both wrong answers. Like, whichever one you pick, you're either wasting time or your time gets wasted.
Yeah, I mean, when I do RTAs, I definitely try to go for the fastest stuff, but I probably should do some more safety stuff in Marathon, but I guess screw that. Going too deep. So now when I grab this heart pickup, I should have full health, because I'll get another heart refill, but it's just sad that I have to get this heart. It's the shallow heart of shame.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff in this run that's like you can spend a second to make your life a lot easier to not lose 3 minutes later. Or, you know, to not die. Or it's like you'll spend half a second to like get an enemy out of your way so the enemy doesn't rob you with like 8 seconds. Alright, this is the best fight in the game. So first you gotta fight this boat. And we're already struggling.
What normally I do there, I run up, I get damage boost, I don't pull a bomb, which I pulled a bomb out, and then I got hit, and then I just kind of freestyled it, but I was throwing bombs on like a for height instead of distance there. You're supposed to throw for distance, and I was throwing for height, and they weren't making it to the ship, and so basically, it's not rolling deep for a second, but...
Yeah, so you actually switch to Anlar there because Anlar lets you throw bombs far or high depending on how you hold the joystick when you're throwing. And it can be kind of sensitive sometimes. But you can't have remotes at the same time because you have to have Tommy out to have remotes. So now we're going to fight this guy.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of weird little rules with this guy. Rule number 1 is I believe it's if there's 6 or less green things on the field, during his cycle he will stop and create more. So if you don't kill green things, you can make the run slightly faster.
But having them around, they can blow up your bombs. If you're trying to hit him like in his mouth with, they can blow them up.
Right. So if the green thing touches the bomb, it blows it up, and you just don't hit him. And anytime the green things want to move, they will move towards you.
Yeah, so you can manipulate them, actually. I'm not doing a very, amazing job with that, but you can stand in an area that you want them to go before, and make sure that they get out of the way of the bomb, and they're you can deal with that. You can't fucking deal with, the fact that if he's gonna eat your bomb or not. That's just however he's feeling. If he's feeling your run, he'll eat it. But
it's just glitchy bullshit, dude. Like the best way I've found to hit him is to put your bomb like slightly off center in his face, and it gets like picked up by the arm. If you put it like dead center in front of him, he just won't eat it sometimes. Yeah, if you put it too far to the side, he won't eat it. If he doesn't feel like eating it, he won't fucking eat it.
I mean, I think the off-center thing is because it's his arms that are pulling it in. It's not like his face that's pulling it. It's like the arms that pull it in. So it's like from the side. So you don't think that because you think, oh, let me put it right in front of his face. But that seems to work less frequently. I mean, it's still, even if you like throw it to the side, sometimes it's still not going to work. I mean, so here I'm going to try to take damage. If he wants to eat a bomb here.
Yeah, so then the other rules are, when he gets down to 2 hearts, he starts doing his attack that takes like 30 seconds. And if at any time in the fight you get below half health and you have 5 lightning cards, Max will come and deal 1 heart damage. And you want to do that in the second half of the fight.
When he has his rocket cycles, because that takes a long time. But this is definitely the fight where Max helps the most. He can come in other fights too, but they're just not as useful. And he hasn't shown up yet. I must have skipped my lightning card, and I think I did.
God.
Now we have low health and no Max.
Alright.
I think I know which one it was. It was the one on the last level. Luckily, he's not doing his rocket phase thing.
How does the chat feel about a choke today?
This is choke the Kurt Q.
Yeah, you pretty much just threw it.
Oh man!
Wait, did you get 2 sets of no rockets?
Yeah, I did. And I wasted them. I forgot what phase I'm on.
Do you run this game?
This is my first attempt here.
Okay. You're just using some other dude's sports.
Yeah, this RP Godfather guy, I'm RPG Game Thief here. Dude, run! I skipped a lightning card. We're just living.
Dude, you're approaching the 5 minutes here.
Yeah, and I do a late split too, so I'm just gonna keep racking up.
Honestly, this fight usually lasts between like 2 and 4 minutes. It's literally, you know, you can lose that much time.
You lose minute. When you lose time in this fight, you don't just lose a little bit of time. You lose minutes. I know what lightning card I skipped, and it was on the last level. So I had 4 lightning cards, and you needed 5. That's fine. That's fine. We'll eat up the time lost here.
Alright, so in order to beat my time, you have to go faster than world record pace for the rest of the run.
I had to get a few gold splits.
Still possible, but you're really pushing it. Actually, no, it's probably...
It's
you gotta invent some new tech, honestly.
I have to get a new bomb jump.
Just make it happen.
Yeah, my runs were really good today until Bomberman tournament, and then I don't know. I guess I decided to do some casual playthroughs here.
Dude, I tried playing Bomberman tournament on like some plane rides, and I honestly couldn't finish it because I got so sick of like dying in a dungeon and walking through it again. Like, that game is brutal. I don't think it's... I don't know. It's a test of your will. It's not fun.
Well, the thing is, if you don't make a save and you game over, it'll actually completely wipe your... You'll go back to a new game file.
Yeah, but I mean, saving is like, don't be a dumbass. But like, even if you save, you still have to walk through the whole dungeon
if you
again.
die, yeah. Whereas actually the Bomberman Jetters on the GBA, it takes you right back where you saved it. You just can't save at bosses. So here's another fun fight, if the last one wasn't fun enough. This guy likes to spend some time in the air. He's got several different movesets. The Twister is the one you want, but he didn't give me that. He gave me his... And this actually goes 3 or 4 times back and forth. Like, you can go one less back and forth that I've noticed. Like that one, he gave me a slow cycle, then he gave me a faster cycle, the same attack.
See, I feel like it's bad game design if your boss is only hittable during like in between attacks.
Well.
Wait for me to do something. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, it's like an RPG.
Turn-based battles.
So right away, he's giving me the air bombing attack. And this can go on 2 or 3 phases, like 2 or 3 waves. And it can happen 4 times, I think. I've seen it happen 4 times before. But there's a slight possibility he won't do that at all, and that's really rare. And it has to, like, there's definitely needs to be some research into this, because it seems like where you stand, or how far away, or how close you are to him, something along the lines of that affects what he's going to do. It seems like this has potential to be manipulated, but it's just nobody's really tested it completely. Oh, great. 3 in a row. Here we go. This is going nicely.
At least you can blame the game for this train wreck.
Yeah, that last one, this is my fault.
Gotta highlight that 2-6. How to beat 2-6 in 4 minutes and 41 seconds.
Yeah, you just forget the lightning card in the previous level. That's the first one.
And then miss like 4 bomb throws. Brutal.
I don't think it was that bad. I mean, there's like 2 of them, I think.
Felt like more than 2.
So that was that. I actually like these next couple. Well, the next level. I actually don't like the one that goes up because my PB failed it pretty hard. And I'm still beating myself up over it because I tried to skip a text box and I ended up just wasting like 30-40 seconds trying to do that. Because I didn't throw the bomb on the thing, and then I ran all the way around, found out it didn't work, ran all the way back, and then did it, and then all the way back again. That was my biggest execution error in my PB, is on the level after this one. And I'll probably get it no problem now that there's no pressure. Yeah, here's the purple guy glitch. That's how it actually works. It's a billion times easier with remote control bombs because obviously you can detonate the bombs like right when you need them to explode. The problem with it, like when you don't have it, is you have to usually stun him. And sometimes like he'll just run over the bomb and he won't eat it, and then you'll kill him before that, and I think that's what happened on the second purple guy in 3-2. But at this point we pick up Pommy Dragon, and Pommy Dragon allows for some pretty wicked bomb jumps that you're going to be seeing.
You do it, what, twice in their run?
Yeah. But it saves enough time to where it's worth it. Yeah,
basically Pommy Dragon, if you didn't do the 1-4, 1-5 skip, I forget which level it is, then
1-4.
Then it wouldn't be worthwhile to get him.
You still would have to switch between Terra Dragon and Pommy though. Which would be
in World 4 or 5 you have to use it. It's convenient to use him, but it's not necessary.
Because all of the things that you can, like, this game doesn't have like menu, like well it does if you push the Z button you can lift it up in the menu, but you can just switch all your bombs and switch all your care bombs while running around, so it doesn't waste any time. And this mini game better not screw up. That one, if you feel like, you know, if you're like all the way to the one side and you think it's gonna work, and then you hit the boulder, just assume if you just stay far right or far left or something, then it's fine. You'll find out it doesn't, and you'll lose that mini game. It's pretty unfortunate.
Well, yeah, you have to like realize you can set the bomb down instantly. Otherwise, you just lose. You like try and outrace it by mashing A, and you just go run over.
I've had like a couple good base runs that I did screw that up on, and I was pretty pissed about it because it shouldn't be something that you lose runs over. And these purple, like, you can try all you want to kick the bombs in while these purple guys are around, but I find it's just much easier to kill these purple guys. Because they're right in the way. They get right in the, like when you try to kick those bombs into the... That's a pretty good bomb kick again. So that level I'm usually pretty good at. This next level, we'll see how this goes. You're supposed to just basically climb, collect the wind bombs, and climb this tower. And then there's another boss that pretty much has, I want to say RNG factor, but there is movement that you can do to try and manipulate him. It works not all like 100% of the time, but it works most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know. It always feels like after 3-6, this run stops being such RNG. And part of that may be due to the fact that you're not manipulating the bosses that well. It's hard to say without a lot of research whether or not it's possible to do them consistently.
Yeah, I don't think, like, is there a task that exists for this? I don't even think so.
I haven't been following task videos that much lately.
I don't think
I know it's
well,
it's rare for a GameCube game to have a task. It's just really hard to use the emulator and have a computer good enough to handle it.
So there I did get the text box skip, the one that I really messed up in my PD, of course. Basically, if you stand far enough back and throw it, you won't trigger the professor there.
Can't you do that throw with Andlar?
You can.
Yeah. It might be a little slower.
I think I've done the right way. Yeah. This text box, I don't think is skippable, but it's less text. It's only 2. The one up on that last floor was 4 text boxes, so it is a nice little save, but it's not worth like. Screwing that up for everybody else. This is actually a pretty solid World 3 revisit here. Don't mind the 3-2 from earlier, which is a complete train wreck.
Yeah, so you actually have to get all of the bomb types in this game in order to beat the later worlds. I believe it's all necessary in World 4, maybe?
Yeah, World 4.
All 5 bomb types eventually. And there's like, so at this point in the run, it gets kind of hard to switch between cherry bombs and bombs because like it's all controlled with like the X button and the C stick. So like I think if the cherry bomb is down on the bottom and you hit the C stick, you'll switch bombs, and the bombs are on like a selection circle that moves as you get more bombs. So like if you only have like 2 bombs, bomb 1 is
left,
yeah, or maybe
left,
it's
I
left
think it's
and
left
right.
and right.
And then
and then it's like a triangle, and then it's
yeah. So like your ice bombs literally like move throughout the run.
Yeah.
As
So
you get more bombs.
At one point, like water bombs could be like tapping left, and then later on it'll be like bottom left or something like that. Like not like wind bombs is left and bottom left, but it'll change later in the run, so that can screw you over if you're used to one thing.
Luckily, most of the bomb switches are like right at the end of the run when you have 4 or 5 bombs, so it's easier to keep track of. But the other thing is, so in order to switch a cherry bomb, you have to then hit X and then hit C left or right a bunch of times, and you can do all of this while you're moving. So it's like you kind of have to realize like 2 seconds in advance that you need a cherry bomb switch, and then you need to do it when you're like walking relatively straight, so you don't have to pay attention to anything. And so you hit like X and C right like 5 times or something, depending on how many cherry bombs you picked up. Because as you get more cherry bombs, the amount of times you have to hit the C stick increases as well.
So he's giving me a few lasers here. If you kill those enemies that are around the fire guys, I try to avoid them and not kill them. He'll also spawn. He's not going to spawn them if they're both still alive. But if you kill one of those 2 enemies, he'll there's a chance that he'll respawn, and that's another time loss if he does that.
Yeah, and then they spit fire across like half the screen, so like if they burn you with your big bomb, you lose like a cycle basically.
And you get hurt pretty badly, but yeah. The second phase is really, it's not really RNG based. Like it is on what he's gonna do, but like it's not anywhere near as bad as that first phase. You just have to place a big bomb like right in between the red little circles and blow it up, and that should work for the most part if it's close enough. And the worst thing that can happen is you pull a Kurt Q and he gets the poison bomb phase out, and you're just running around.
Did that happen to me?
I watched her run, and
alright, man. Alright.
I saw it.
It's been a few years.
Might need to check that out.
Be sure to highlight that clip
Of Kurt Q just running around dropping bombs in poison bomb mode.
Man, no wonder world record's free.
But Psychedelic failed the bomb jump, I think, 2 or 3 times. He has a weird method. I do the Kurt Q method, which should be, I guess, starting to explain that since it's coming up. Psychedelic drops only 5 bombs down, and he saves the 6th one in case he screws it up, so that way he can drop another bomb down. But even then, you should never screw it up, though, is my argument. But at that point, is it even worse? And with 6 bombs down, you have a better chance of getting the bomb jump, I think. But you know, because you place 1 big bomb that you're gonna start the jump off, and then I put 5 bombs along, set up around the jump to get it, but Psychedelic only does 4 small bombs with the 1 big bomb, which is yeah, didn't seem like it worked as consistent for him right now. But we'll see how that goes pretty soon. I do have to fight a little mini boss after Lake Nensar, which is this is a level you can lose time on and not really notice it.
Yeah, this level's got really huge cycles.
You're trying to hit these lily pad cycles as fast as possible. If you miss a cycle, you lose like a chunk of time. I don't know how much for each one. I missed the first one, so it looked kind of close.
So you can actually do this level, like this is the 2nd level in the game technically, but it's better if you have more speed because you can get across the lily pad sooner.
Yeah, I think having Pommy is really nice here too.
Yeah, and then having Pommy Dragon saves a little bit more. But it's like, straight up, if you go in this level with low speed, you lose like 6 or 8 seconds or something to the cycle.
But we do pick up water bombs here, and that'll be the last bomb before the light bomb, for the first 3 worlds. The light bomb is the last bomb, but and I didn't switch for that last one. Don't worry about that. Like right here, like the bomb menu, it could be different. It's gonna be different later. It's like in 4s, like up, down, left, right. It's sort of like a star at the end. It's a 5-pointed, like.
You might call it like a pentagon.
Yeah.
Man, the viewers in chat don't get the luxury of seeing these nice red splits.
Oh, they don't need to see that.
This is world record pace right here.
This boss, like, you usually don't lose that much time if he gives you some nonsense, but he'll do this Megaton crush attack, and it shakes the ground, and, like, if you have a big bomb up or something and he does that, it's pretty annoying. And, like, you can lose seconds here, but it's usually not too bad. He's, like, the easiest. Oh, nice. Especially. Oh, right, that was garbage. There's the Megaton crush attack.
Yeah, some of these bosses have really ambiguous invulnerability timers. Like, you can't really tell if they're vulnerable or not, other than just by experimentation.
Alright, well, I'll do the bomb jump and then explain it later, I guess.
Area clear.
That's basically all that there is to this level. It's like that, and you place a few big bombs down.
No, the hard part's remembering where to go. Also, the logs at the beginning of the level are brutal.
Yeah. The enemy that throws the spear at you at the end is the problem. I did pretty well there. Because he can knock you off there. That's the, like, he'll hit you with the spear and he'll knock you off. Let's see this bomb zone. I'm ready. Fight. Okay, that's pretty good. Ignore the placing down 6 bombs at the beginning, but it's alright.
I guess, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could be sticking around there hanging out like Psychedelic.
I think I fucked that one up too, honestly.
Yeah, both of you did. Some sloppy bomb jumps. Like, the setup wasn't fast, but the bomb jump itself was alright. Like, I'm usually a lot faster with setting up, but...
Yeah, that trick saves like 20 seconds or something, just in Professor text boxes.
Yeah, and
like,
yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, if the professor didn't talk there, like, it would be probably faster to not even do the trick. Maybe brutal, man. You gotta find every way around that.
That professor.
Yeah, that friendly professor talking.
Nice. So I place a bomb down before this little parasect thing. So that way I can kick it to him before he does anything, and then... Now here, I'm not sure. It seems like if you use the wind bomb with the leaf, or you go around, it really doesn't seem to make a difference. It's like the same. Either I don't know which ones. I don't know if it's been like really tested. on, Joe. Fuck.
I think it's faster by a few seconds.
A few seconds to use the wood bombs.
Yeah, like 3 to 5 or something. I did measure once. Unless you have faster methods going around.
No, it just doesn't see it. You don't really notice the difference, I guess. Because one time I screwed up and did go the other way, but it didn't seem like I lost time. Oh, nice. Oh, I think we are going the.
I mean, the good thing about this game is it times your runs for you, man. You got your splits right at the top of the screen. Except it freezes when the professor talks.
And I was trying to find a way in 100% to skip the marine nail. It only has one use, and it's for that one lightning card. That's here. You have to home it in on one enemy to hit a switch, and it just seems like you're just so close to like being able to either bomb throw in there or bomb kick, but it just doesn't work. Or I couldn't get it to work.
One of the terrible parts of this game is like all the walls are like 6 miles high and all the triggers are like really tight. Like the game is just coded to not have any flexibility in how you do things.
Yeah,
you like try and bounce over a wall and it's like you're literally twice as high as the wall on the screen, but you can't go over it.
Yeah. It just like that other lightning card in 3.5. It looks like you can replace the light pedestal thing with a small bomb and jump on it, but it just didn't work. Or we couldn't get it to work. It may be possible. It's just really tight. And by the time you were able to get that to set, like, it doesn't seem like something that's easy to set up or do in runs. So here's the elephant. This and the firebird is just the easiest when you have Pommy. So after this, we'll be heading into World 4, and at that point, the game's pretty linear. Like, we were able to jump around worlds, and now it's just, okay, you have to do World 4, then World 5. Like, it doesn't unlock World 4 and 5 at the same time, to where you can jump around both of those worlds. It's... oh, man. That's, forget about that. Oh, what is going on? Come on! That was a really bad fight there. Basically, like, when you want to blow up the bombs when his like belly is facing towards the bomb, you don't want to hit north, like where his legs are. That seems to be when it doesn't work. That, and if you drop the bomb too close to him, he'll just knock it away. So I already know what this space is, and it's not very good. Shoutouts to Iceplug, though.
Bomberman, can you hear me? It's me, Professor Hyde. I see you were able to retrieve the third bomber. I would like to say good work, but we're not in a position for that now.
But up next, we do have the DKC trilogy, so the Bomberman block will come to an end here after this, unfortunately. And there's just so many more Bomberman games.
Save all the good ones for next marathon.
I did recently learn Super Bomberman 3, 4, and 5, and there was definitely a bunch of them I did leave out. But like Bomberman Hero is one that should definitely be in the next one.
Bomberman Jetter is the worst speed game in existence.
I considered speedrunning it, and what happened is, I guess this is the one JP game that you can't play on an NTSC Wii. Like,
Oh, I didn't even know that.
like Oro said, like he has no problem with any other JP games on, but when you try to play, and I guess that's the version that you're supposed to use, but so yeah. The Generations is far superior, though, for sure. So at this
Honestly,
point,
like, I was just gonna rant about Jetters.
oh, we want to hear that, though.
Yeah, so you play Jetters, and like the first level while you're speedrunning takes like 6 minutes or something, and it's literally just like you walking from point A to point B while the professor just talks. And then like you don't have to collect like anything to beat the game. You have to get like one cherry bomb to like get across water, and all the others are and then you get the guy that like halves your damage, and then you just put him on for the rest of the run.
Nah, that's
And so like it's literally, and you never get remote bombs, so everything is just like you walking slowly to go places and
yay.
you know, waiting for your bombs to explode. So it's like this game, except it's just objectively worse.
Yeah, I don't like the design either. The like the way Bomberman looks is not as fresh. He's like super tall. It looks like a toothpick, and he just walks funny.
I don't know, man. He looks pretty clowny in this game too.
Well, okay, I screwed this up a little bit.
I don't know, man. I never watched the cartoons. I think this is standard Bomberman from the cartoon.
Well, Railbelt Bomber is a really fun minigame. Like, if you touch one pixel of your bomb explosion, you're done. And if you are too close to the rock, or if you're done. Like, you can't throw the bomb.
Well, yeah, and you get one bomb
One
out
bomb.
at a time. So it's like if you miss the rock, you just lose. If you miss the lever, you lose. If you throw the bomb at the rock, you lose.
It has to be before the bomb or the rock, and then like the switch. Like, I mean, it is kind of like a wide explosion radius to where you can be pretty far away from the rock and the switch and still hit it. But sometimes you'll hit the switch and you don't want to hit the switch, and then you gotta wait for the switch to go back down. If you're not, like, you have to hit another rock or something. And like, it is RNG where those boulders are going to be, and sometimes they're just in like the most troll positions. Waluigi from Mario Party 5. And then this boss is another pet peeve of mine in this game. Actually, this one with you have to throw the bomb into this small little fucking hole on this guy's back, and he only stops in certain positions, and he shakes the ground at first just to...
The hitboxes here are complete trash. Like, trying to throw a bomb in that hole is one of the hardest things in the game. It just lands on the side of the hole and sticks there. Don't forget to hit that green switch.
Oh, yeah. I didn't. Okay. That's that. This boss is pretty easy. You just... Like, the thing with this... Okay, this boss is shooting like a Tommy or some... He's got the machine gun arm on, and the thing is, if you're standing right next to him, you won't get hit. Like, it shoots from a distance. So like you can be standing right in his face, like right in front of his machine gun, and it's not going to hit you. It's like it's just it's ridiculous. But if you're standing far back and he's using it, you'll get hit because it's like he shoots you can see where he shoots, and if you're standing on that area, you're getting hit. But if you stand right, which kind of blows my, you're right next to his machine gun, and Bomberman just gives no fucks. Ah, that was dumb. Special!
Yo, you missed that world once for a coup.
Well, we don't need to know what kind of pace this is. It's not important. It's not sub-secret Q pace, that's the sad thing.
But it would be, what, 4th on the leaderboards?
Yeah. Pikachu has got a 147, I think. There's somebody with a...
I think he's got like a 210 or something.
Oh, no. No, that's...
I don't know, man. You're cutting it close to you.
I'm getting worried.
In all fairness, at least you haven't died yet. Like, that's the killer.
I guess when I started running, I would die to the final boss of all things. Because I would try to play safe or something, and that would just lead to me not getting any damage in, and then the fight just dragged on, and then I would just be nervous. But like, if you just kind of like go at it, it's not a problem. There's that one phase where he does a fire ring, and that's like the one phase that honestly might be a problem. But
I don't know. I guess the level, so that the actual level before the final boss, where like
yeah,
you can throw all that stuff, like you can take a lot of damage in that level.
Well, if you're trying to do things optimally and you ignore the rockets, yeah, that's. I usually just take them out and just like. I know Psychedelic actually had better strats there as far as like avoiding the rockets, and I'm just like screw it, just going. And here comes a little Psychedelic personal favorite. He fell there on that ledge where you're supposed to drop a bomb, right? You're supposed to do a bomb jump there. It's pretty open to where you can just run off and you shouldn't have an issue, but you know, some people like Psychedelic have issues there. What was that? What was that? Oh. You're killing me. Okay. That doesn't need to be discussed.
Throw that one in the highlight reel and never talk about it again. It's a hard video game, man.
Well, there's just no excuse. Okay. This should work. Yep. Like those jumps I'm good at. I don't know. That one I placed the bomb too close and I was running too far away. Either like I needed to not run at full speed or I needed to place the bomb further. So Here we have the light bomb. That's the last bomb upgrade, and at this point, it's just beat the levels as fast as possible, and kill the bosses as fast as possible. And I found a good setup for this, where I just go in the edge and throw right, and it works every time. I've lost. Before I picked the game back up this last month or two, I was screwing that up. Like my old PB screwed that up. Like I think that was like a 150 PB.
So you have to like switch between all the bombs here. You need an ice, a water, and like a wind, I think.
Yeah, that's the bomb check right there to make sure you have it all. I mean, if there's a way to skip that, maybe you could get around it. I don't see any way to skip that. It's like there's no getting up that leaf without the wind bomb or getting like through the.
It actually might be worth testing bomb bouncing past that leaf.
Past the leaf.
Never really looked at trying that. It looks hard, at least.
It wouldn't be an easy setup.
I tried a lot of bomb bounces in that game, but I never thought of that one until just now.
Yeah, I mean, if it would avoid getting the wind bombs, it could help because you skip a mini game and you skip an immersion. But
actually, no, you need wind bombs in another level.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Dude, in Bomberman's second attack, there's literally one spot in the entire game you need lightning bombs. Or you could, like, skip a boss, basically. And it's like, I've tried and tried and tried, but you have to use the lightning bombs.
It's not Rollin deep. Now, this boss, not only does he give you a 2-minute Transformers cutscene here, but he just does random, everything's random about this. What attacks he's going to do are random, whether he's going to be vulnerable is random. Psychedelic came in one day saying it looked like you were on an axis on the grid. When you were standing on that x-axis, you got it, but that's yet to be tested. That's just some oddball theory.
See, I think it might be more related to like where you're standing in relation to him, or something like that.
Like how far away or how close you're standing to him, or
and like which way he's facing.
Yeah.
Compared to where you're standing.
Because I had a really good fight here in my PB. That's what I'm not looking forward to trying to grind and beat. Is being like on pace, and then I get here and it's like, we're gonna lose 2 minutes because he's just gonna do this. And I'm getting pretty bad luck. He only was not vulnerable like 4 times, I think. I counted it or something like that. I've already surpassed that like twice as much.
You are getting some luck, dude.
Oh yeah.
One hit in 60 seconds and you haven't messed up.
I'm saving the good RNG for the end of the fight. It's just going to be back to back to back. I do think it does have something to do with the positioning of Bomberman and the boss, but I'm not one to sit there and test it for hours and hours and hours. Hopefully, maybe someday a true scientist will look into it. But at the moment, it's just me, Sile, and Kirk really.
The problem is when you're messing with Dolphin, you have to use all these weird tools to poke at it. Like all the NES, SNES emulators have memory search built in, Lua, all this stuff that makes life easier. If you want to do Dolphin stuff, you have to like learn Cheat Engine. And I haven't looked at the emulator in a couple of years, so maybe it's a little more friendly than it was last time I looked at it.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of computer you have. But, that could have been worse. I've had worse fights in there. And World 5, there's the last level 5-3 that I can lose a bunch of time, but other than that, it's pretty straight. Like, the 5-2 boss is scripted, the 5-1 is pretty basic. It's just like run to the end and then kill 2 turrets or blow up 2 turrets. So it's pretty straightforward at the end of this. Honestly, like after the first few, because when you're jumping around from world to world, it, I guess can be confusing for viewers and whatnot. But at the end, it's just to go through the levels as quickly as you can. So shout outs to everyone holding it down for the Rollin Deep Marathon. We got Ice Plug in the house.
Dude, we got 42 viewers. We are 0 viewers away from having 420 viewers.
Yeah. Sadly, this will end the Bomberman marathon, or block of the marathon.
Dude, press 1 if you like Bomberman. If you think he's a cool guy.
I guess Rollin Deep is a good precedent. Some of the Super Nintendo ones are pretty reset heavy and like getting the right RNG. Even this one has RNG. Like all the Bomberman games do have nasty RNG, so that kind of steers people away from speedrunning it. I want to say.
What the fuck is this? A red split? I mean, you better fucking reset or do something about that.
Oh, is that Bomberman's phone number? It's gone.
The fucking red split, man. What the hell, man? I'm supposed to do with this shit, man? Losing time, wasting time, just fucking.
You'll be sure to dial that number if you want to
fucking
contact.
bullshit, man. Not
IRL.
I think this is right. This is right. So some of these Higgy bandits can zap you sometimes if you are unlucky. They do kind of have sporadic movement. And I get like if you really were like low on health, you could use the bomb barrier for these turrets to avoid damage, but I just run right through it. And I don't really worry about health because the next boss is pretty easy and I usually don't ever get hit there. Did I just go in a circle? I feel like I just went in a circle. I went in a circle. Oh, that's a bad circle to go into.
Taking damage, putting on a show for the viewers.
We're just making it interesting when we get down to a little amount of health here for the turrets that could potentially one-shot me.
Yeah, so I think that's the other spot in the game you absolutely need wind bombs. I think there's maybe 2 spots, maybe there's 1 more.
And that one almost got found. Almost something was found there where you can skip it, but forgot what I was doing here. I usually place a big bomb before kicking in the hole, but that's fine. I guess I can grab the little safety heart. Yes. Not a big fan of it. Okay. So this boss is scripted. The problem is if like you screw up a cycle, she really does some dumb stuff. Like there's this one attack where she spins around and shoots all 3 rings towards the middle, or like I guess from the middle, like outside. Spins around, but you're only gonna see that if I screw up, basically. Over here, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Watch this.
Alright, so right here she does like this thing where she tries to suck you in after the 3rd bomb. And you gotta stand a pretty good distance away because that explosion is pretty fucking big.
Dude, just imagine a boss that shit talks you. Like, if you take damage, it just talks about how bad you are. It'd be brutal.
Do you even play video games? Put down the controller. What's going on? Give it to your grandma or something.
Just like one day in your chat, dude.
So there's nothing you do about this. She does this orb attack here. You just gotta run up in the little spaces that you won't get hit in.
Watch your step. Can you avoid this?
So unfortunately, I don't think Kirkyu is super impressed with this run. I think he gives it a 4 out of 10. If that.
4 is generous.
That's what I'm saying. You probably get 2 or 3 out of. And he didn't even cut his sloppy run. What's going on?
I don't know, man. I'd probably get out of a level and just totally forget something if I played it today.
Well, it has been like a month. I was gonna practice, but I'm like, yeah, this game's not like too. Like the other games needed more practice, like Bomberman Tournament, for example, may have used more practice in it.
I don't know. I think if I was going back to a Bomberman game, I'd probably go back to Hero.
I'll go with the
I have like the most unfinished business with that game.
Well, the JP version's a lot because the bosses are like a lot less. Like, isn't it like 3 hits or something for one of the like?
It's half as many hits.
Half as many hits.
But it's like, I don't know. The US version's a little harder just for like stupid reasons. Like, there's a couple. I think there's like, I don't know. It's honestly been like years since I've played the US version, so I've forgotten some of the differences. But I just remember always being short on health in the US version.
Yeah.
And if you play well, you don't really have that problem in the JP version.
Yeah. Okay, so this level right here, mechanical. This is an awesome level. Yeah, hello. Yeah. Not much. Well, it'd probably cook if you could. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Yep. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Yep. Yeah, I'll hang out and stuff. Alright, bye.
Just casually doing the hardest level in the game.
Yeah, I'm screwing up too. This is the hard part for the. You have to jump. There's a gap. You have to place the bomb in between. Oh, did I just went wrong? Ah. At least it doesn't. It's not a big problem. You have to line that up. Line this one up. So that robotic guy with the lasers coming down. Just goes right after your bombs most of the time, so you have to like place it. I usually do a decoy, which I didn't really do there because I was. And this is the worst part for me, honestly. These bomb throws. I used to have a visual cue.
Yeah, like that. This stretch, like this 20-second stretch here, is probably the most technical part in the game. You have to like spin the camera while switching cherub bombs, while lining up your shot.
Yeah, this last part here, you have to line up these 2 blocks, and it's just a mess.
Yeah, and then the whole level's on a cycle, at which point you have to get this Anlar throw, which is like time delayed by 3 seconds, and then the platforms fall, and then they're not lined up because you fucked up the timing. And then so if you miss the timing once, you're just like in the total shitter until you get lucky.
And then this boss, if you screw it up, you screw it up big time, so that's not gonna happen, right?
Yeah, and then you can just die to this guy. He beats you up too bad.
Nah, I screwed that up. That's fine.
The very last phase of this fight, if you like miss the kick, it gets out of hand really fast.
Yeah, you can kick it and it'll just be like right on the edge of it, like kind of like that other you have to throw into the hole. It's kind of like that, but not as bad. You stand on the purple here, and then you get the arm to stop, and then you kick. And then that's good. Okay, we're good. We're in there. I mean, there's a little bit of sloth there, but that's pretty much what I expected. At this point, if you're on PB pace, it's a pretty big adrenaline rush. if you get past that, that's like the last big obstacle, I would say. Because this next boss is absolutely free, and then it's just like the final airship. And the final boss, you can lose a few seconds here and there, but it's usually like not a big. And like usually, if you're like you usually save like a minute or two on PB. But if you're like it's a really tight PB, you're gonna have to play well. But generally, like if you're on PB pace here, this is when you get pumped up. So hopefully the next runners are getting ready, because this is going to be complete in approximately less than 10 minutes. So hopefully Void, Canis are ready for their DKC trilogy. Oh, okay. Okay. So he does usually get one attack in to start, and then he'll just start rotating, and that was the worst attack that he actually could have given me, is the tail whip to the face, and I'm pretty sure that's because of my movement, but that's fine.
So for whatever reason, I think if he opens his eye in the front center, you actually deal like twice as much damage or something. But it like barely matters, because you hit him so fast. Like it would save a couple seconds, but it's not the most important thing in this run. And then water bombs deal like twice as much damage to this guy because he's fire type. And he's like the only boss that's really sensitive to bomb type. The others, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, so we have a water bomb equipped there. I'm not sure how to get the eye open, but all I know is that basically if you just run around him and bomb, you're fine. Yeah, get ready for the shutdown, because this is basically like the last 7-ish minutes.
Dude, we still gotta hit up these cutscenes.
Well, I guess I'm not as far ahead as I thought I was, because my PB would be done in 7 minutes or from here.
Your PB was done 4 minutes ago, dude.
Yeah, and your PB is about to finish up.
Yeah, my PB is done like now.
Like right now. But I hope you all enjoyed the Bomberman block of the marathon, and give a shout out to Kurt Q for coming in. He luckily was able to make it.
Dude, I'm just here for the viewers. I'm here to entertain.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you, RPG.
Honestly, I'd give my commentary like a 5 out of 10. Like a 0 out of 10 on preparation. 4 out of 10 on execution, so average 5 out of 10.
And sums up thing. It's the Rollin Beat Marathon, that's where it's at. This game, I might be submitting this to a GDQ event at some point, but we'll see if it even gets in.
Dude, I might submit a run to GDQ someday.
Because I mean, this game just seems like it's chill enough to where like I'm not stressed out. Like, if I have a bad run, so what?
Honestly, I just go to GDQ to like hang out with people now. Like the marathon.
Yeah, whatever.
I've been doing it so long that it's like, oh, I could watch this guy do a marathon run, or I could hang out with people and watch his stream later. You know. I don't know. Some stuff is really good, like some of the races, and demonstrations, and things like that.
Well, a lot of the stuff in the back room is really where it's at. The races, the back room races, and drunk action.
I'm all about that Kirby 64 multiplayer, though.
Oh, we might be plugging that in. So
that shit. I've played like 100 hours of that.
Yeah, I really like that game too, and the multiplayer games are really good. That Kirby game is, I think, like next to I think Kirby Super on the Super Nintendo is a really good one too. But those are probably my top 2 Kirby games.
Honestly, so I had this thought a while ago, and I was too lazy to pursue it, but maybe I will pursue it one day. Where, like, if I hacked the Kirby 64 multiplayer game with the block dropping, like, you could make it, like, super serious competitive shit, dude.
What the fuck is this?
There's just a couple
I mean,
tiny
you better
shortcomings in
fucking
that
reset or do
game,
something
otherwise
about
it's,
that
like,
shit, man. Step up the fucking
ridiculously
game.
serious.
With the fucking red split, man, what the hell, man, I'm supposed to do with this shit, man? Losing time, wasting time. Just
So
fucking-
I guess the main trick here is if you run into these turrets,
Rollin.
you're like they do no damage and you're invincible for a little bit. So it's like you get hit and then you get the invincibility frames from getting hit, but you take no damage from these turrets. So that's what I usually go with as far as the turrets go. And then you just have to throw these big bombs and do the whatever is on the wings. I don't know. You just throw it in there. But I equip light bombs to get ready for the final boss. That's just the first thing I do.
There are a few hearts in here. Help out if you suck like I do.
Yeah. But sometimes you take damage trying to get the heart, so. Oh, sub 1. Oh, that's my estimate. Oh, shit. No. We were rolling shallow on these last 2 games. Didn't even get the estimates. Ah, God. Ah!
Man, this is looking bad for your GDQ submission. Can't even hit your time estimates. Absolute destruction.
Well, I mean, I forget what happened, but plus 12 minutes is definitely disgraceful.
Let's see, what even happened? I mean, 2-6 happened.
I lost 7 minutes on that first segment, so that's a good chunk of it right there.
Your early game was trouble. The rest of the run was alright.
It's alright. I mean, Kirk Hughes status. What?
Some guy who barely even plays this game telling me your run's alright.
I'm down a couple of hearts, but I'm not sweating it. Well, I made quite a few mistakes. I didn't die. It's not like I died. It's just sloppy stuff. And I did get some. To be fair, I did get some bad RNG with a few bosses.
Yeah, you had some bad boss luck for sure. Like, I'll give you like 5 minutes of excuses there. But you still
that's
got
pushing. I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
All right, but you still got about 9 minutes to explain to the viewers.
Okay. So with this boss, you have to hit him with light bombs for the first 4 hits. And he'll switch phases into this fire ring phase, and that's pretty much the word. That one is a problem because if you throw a big bomb at him and the fire comes up before it, you might hit yourself with that. That could be a problem. And if you're just playing, just not careful, you can lose hearts pretty quick here. But generally, this is not a problem unless you...
Yeah, the main way to die here is if you hit yourself with a big bomb a few times. Full heart of damage.
I mean, his attacks are pretty easy to avoid, to be honest. It's mainly you just screwing yourself over, is what I've done. Because he's pretty predictable. Whatever way he's facing, that's what he's gonna like. It's honestly not hard to predict what he's gonna do. I mean, he can dish out a lot of damage, but that's pretty much only if you let him. So. And actually, like, you can pretty much run right on the fire. Like, right after his thing hits the ground, you can actually just pretty much walk right over it and won't get hit. That's, I guess, what threw me off at first, because you think, oh, you gotta avoid the fire, but really you can just walk right over it. That, and you can always run into these little circling gems if you're not feeling, and it only does a quarter heart of damage. That's some psychedelic strat right there. I don't really do that because I don't like to get stunned in the middle of this fight. That's time right there.
This run did not.
The disgraceful
not roll deep.
154.
What the hell is this shit? You know how I feel about not rolling deep, and this run did not.
That might have been a
roll
good run in
deep.
like 2012.
Not at all.
I mean, this looks like one of my old PBs. Like,
It's a hard game, dude. Let's see what the viewers got, man. Everyone's gonna pick up this game after seeing this run.
oh yeah, it was. They gotta be pumped up. Well, I went over on my last game by quite a bit, but I had a pizza break and so that was Bomberman Generation. That's it for the Bomberman marathon, or block of this marathon. You're definitely going to see me playing more Bomberman games. Since I was getting really good at Super Bomberman 2, I might be playing some more of that here. To try to cut the Hulk and Ice Plug, but it's going to take me a while. Hope you guys all enjoyed that, because that was the bread and butter there. And give a shout out to Kurt Q for holding it down.
I play video games sometimes. Almost a lot.
He plays the obscure ones that are really intriguing to me, but not every, like, the mainstream doesn't feel in it. It's good. The Rolling Deep crew respects the obscurity. So up next you have Candace and Void. Honestly, they can start whenever they want. Like, this credit sequence doesn't need to happen. Like, you can watch it, will play it, but you can pretty much take over whenever. And we jumped up to 60 viewers. They're over DK.
Got a Twitter advertisement going on. Here to like, follow, subscribe.
What gets scattered in the far reaches of the universe. Now, whether this was their doing, there was no
Prime time, 8 p.m. on the Rollin Deep Marathon.
mysteries in this universe, which we will never be able to solve. Whether the power of the bomb element was of justice.
And looks like I will be at AGDQ, so if anybody's going and wants to hang out or something, just, you can hit me up on whatever, like Twitter. You can send me a message on Twitch or whatever the fuck. I'll try to reach out to everyone, but there's no guarantees because it's only a week and there's like thousands of people that, so. But this is actually gonna be my first AGDQ, but yeah.
One thing I will say is there's like what 1,500 people signed up or something, but it never it never feels like that many people are there, because I think people hang out in their rooms a lot. People go do stuff in town. Like at any one time, it feels like there's like maybe 500 people out and about in the hotel.
Yeah.
Or these kids sitting in the marathon room watching the marathon. Ridiculous.
What is that? I'm probably going to be on the couch for Link to the Past. I'll be there to watch the race with Joe D'Amelio and Furious Paul. And I'm definitely going to be there with Crack Attack for Super Bomberman. Other than that, I don't know if I'm watched much of it. I guess the DKC trilogy maybe, because it's got who's coming up next. Void and Canis is going to be in that. So yeah, so it looks like we're going to be going offline after these. I'm actually going to stop the stream after the credits. So I know Joe's going to shut down here for a little bit and then fire up.
Thank you for following. You are now officially rolling deep, my son, with the RP motherfucking G.
And even though this was the end of the marathon, or the Bomberman block, it's not the last run I'm going to be doing for the marathon. I will be in the race for Link to the Past. For some odd reason, they threw me in that. Tomorrow, the No Major Glitches run, I'll be in that, and then the final day, on the 31st, I have 4 other games I'll be doing for the finale. Or I'll be there the whole day at the end of the 31st, because I mean, this is the Rollin Deep Marathon. So, peace out everyone, enjoy the DKC trilogy.